Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. The Priestess event continues with Day 4 missions. Tirion Fordring investigate the Light's Hope Chapel, and in this video I'm going to show you 3 comps that can do this. This has been an absolute blast. This is a super difficult mission on Mythic. When I'm recording this video, there is still the bug that if you restart the mission within the mission, then it goes down to normal levels, so -4 levels, so it becomes much easier. Although Blizzard is trying to fix that, so when you watch this video, it might already be away. And anyway, I have done all of my testing on the real difficulty, just so that this video will help you even when the bug is fixed. In addition to just beating Mythic Tirion, there's also another challenge: defeat a Prophecy of Power Mythic mission with full base health. You don't have to do this on Tirion though. Tirion is quite challenging for this, although I will show you a comp that also has done this on Tirion. But this is probably easier on Moladim, and this can also be done in future days. If one of those days happens to be easier, then there's going to be plenty of alternatives on how to complete that one. But the Mythic Tirion fight, I did it with 3 leaders. I did it with Drakkisath, Sylvanas and Jaina. So here is my army for Drakkisath, and note how I have off-slotted a bunch of minis here. Whether you want to put minis in wrong slots or in the right slots here really depends, because the Mythic is going to be 2 levels above your average, but it's also going to be at least the level of your highest level mini. So if your minis, you can't like put it so that you have one super high level mini and everyone else is really low, and then that would be a superstar because the Mythic levels are also going to increase. Here, my Drakkisath is not very high level, so it's 26. It's just a rare. So in order to be able to tank with Drakkisath, I needed to lower the other levels. I couldn't have those epics in boost slots, so then epics would be really high level and Drakkisath would be tiny, and then Drakkisath won't be able to tank. On the other hand, if you have made a really big Drakkisath, so you have an epic Drakkisath or a legendary Drakkisath, then you probably want to put all of the minis in the right slots, so that then those minis will be able to have their levels, while Drakkisath is also a high level mini. And then as for the army comp itself, here I'm using Plague Farmer with Virulence, so I don't need the extended range, I'm going for maximum DPS. Then I have Witch Doctor with Spirit Ward, I have Bat Rider with Enchanted Vials, I have Frostwolf Shaman with Earth Shield, I have Pyromancer with Pyroblast, and I have Flame Waker with Backdraft, so the increased range. Flame Waker with increased range can do so much in this one. It just slaughters those footmen. And also Bat Rider is super good here, because you can push one lane and on the other lane you can have a Bat Rider or maybe 2 that are going to just keep killing the footmen. Of course, if something else appears, a Pyromancer, a Mountaineer, or a Huntress, then those Bat Riders won't last, but they're really good against footmen there. Here, Shaman, I'm using Earth Shield, so Drakkisath will gain armor, so Drakkisath survives a little bit better. It depends a little bit on your Drakkisath levels and what you're able to come up with. But if you wanted to do the full base health in Tirion, then in order to do that reliably, you would have to have the Earth Wall Totem so that your Shaman could heal your base, because sometimes like a safe pilot can be dropped in your base or something. You just can't reliably avoid all damage in this one. But here I'm not trying to do the base thing, I'm just trying to beat up Tirion. My Sylvanas army is similar, although it's not the same. Here I'm using Abomination as my tank, and Abomination is really fun tank. Here, this one is the one that I did with full base health, so I'm actually using Earthwall Totem. If you use Earth Shield here, so that you will be able to give armor to your Abomination, that's going to make this easier. But then you won't be able to complete the full base health thing, but maybe you want to do that in Moladim or somewhere else anyway. So here I'm making the push with the Abomination, and I again have Bat Riders holding the other flank. And I also have a Living Bomb here, the idea being that once my push is destroyed at the phase change, or probably going to be mostly destroyed, then I could just Living Bomb Tirion, kill it with all of those skeleton stars spawning. But actually I mostly ended up doing it so that the Abominations were able to actually survive, and then they were able to kill Tirion anyway, especially if you have some Bat Riders supporting, so then there's going to be those flame pools and all the skeletons just instantly die. So this Living Bomb is a little bit optional, but it can help in some cases. I beat it many times with this one, so, and sometimes the Living Bomb was actually useful too. Leaning even more into Living Bomb, I have Jaina, and with Jaina I have Polymorph with Explosive Sheep, and then I have Living Bomb, with the idea that I'm trying to survive. I'm trying to survive for quite some time, because Tirion is going to just keep adding more footmen around him, but those footmen are not going to attack, so they're just going to hang around Tirion. And once there are enough footmen around Tirion, then you can polymorph them with Explosive Sheep polymorph, and then Living Bomb, and then that's just going to one-shot Tirion. This a little bit depends on your levels. Also, sometimes if Tirion happens to summon like chickens right in front of him and you can get to polymorph those and living bomb those, you can do it earlier. So you might be able to do it quite early, but you might also try to defend for quite some time. And this is one comp that I found quite useful, Ghoul, Witch Doctor, Pyromancer. So these with the spells are able to actually even push some of the towers, while Batrider again protects the other flank. And that sets me up into a position where I can do the living bomb. So that's a couple of ideas on how to handle Mythic Tirion, and this is what they all look like in action. Okay, so let's start with Drakkisath. This was probably the easiest overall, but of course I did use the Earth Shield Shaman here, so I didn't attempt to do this with full base health. So I'm trying to mine, always try to mine on the other side than what you push. I mean, you could push left or right, it doesn't really matter. But always mine the different side, because otherwise the AI might be able to go and mine there. I like to push the left side, mine the right side at the start, then send a Batrider out there to handle all of those footmen that are coming while reinforcing my push. And now I have this push with the Flamewaker, and Flamewaker is truly something special here against the footmen. Obviously Flamewaker has its weaknesses too, because it can't shoot like the enemy Batriders, and then Huntresses can be a problem, but look at that Flamewaker. Just... and with the backdraft too, so it gets that extended range. And it's even hitting the tower here. Sadly now it stopped because there were no more minis at the tower, but now somebody spawned at the tower, and that's exactly what I wanted to see. Because that means that now Flamewaker is going to shoot that mini, and it's going to shoot the tower. Oh, sadly it doesn't quite kill the tower. Sometimes I actually managed to do it, so some of the pulls that the Flamewaker even killed that tower. But I wasn't able to repeat that so consistent, so I didn't want to showcase one of those. Because then you would be like, okay, but I can't take the tower, what happens then? Well, this is what happens when you don't happen to get the tower, so it's still going to be okay. And here we do the push with the Drakkisath. Trying to defend a little bit while Drakkisath is pushing. Go, Drakki, go! And Flamewakers and everything. And Tirion takes so much damage, look at all that damage! Tirion took so much damage, and a couple of Drakkisaths are still alive, and Tirion goes down. Then let's do Mythic Tirion with Sylvanas. So here I'm again try to mine the other side, the side that I'm not going to push into. And I'm trying to find a tank, but this hand actually is pretty awkward, because I would really love to get a tank at the start, but I had to cycle very hard, so I had to take a couple of attempts here. I could have, of course, moved the minis around in slots so that I would get the tank earlier, but I also wanted to showcase that, okay, you don't have a tank immediately, you can still recover even from that one. So here we go. I think it was easier kills when I had a tank earlier. At least that's what it felt like. But now I have the Abomination tanking. Abomination is not armored here. Note, because I have the totem that heals my base, because this is going to be a full base health run. However, I don't really recommend doing that in Tirion, because Tirion is pretty hard. And here we go, Abomination, tanking, pushing, Batriders, defending the other side. Often it happens that those Batriders will end up dead. Potentially will happen like happened here too. Eventually something is going to spawn to kill them. That's why I placed the Abomination there, because I felt that the Batriders are at the end of their run here. And now I have Abomination pushing from there, which is looking nice. And then that Abomination push looks strong enough. It has damage, it has healing. Now it no longer has damage, I guess. Alright. I need to add more damage to it, because my damage is running out. Either way, Domination, it's going in. It's looking alright. We have one tower, so one tower that does not spawn more footmen right now. And we're going to take that tower too. Yes, now we have two towers, only one tower left to spawn footmen. This is really well controlled right now. Looking wonderful. And we have another... I forgot to turn the arrow. Whoopsie. My bad. If I had turned that arrow earlier, this would have been much cleaner. Because then that abomination would have just went in and taken the left tower. Although I guess we'll manage. Sending out another abomination already. Mining a lot, controlling the towers, keeping the footmen away. Life looks good. I mean, I could have also done this because now my base hasn't been damaged at all, so if I had the Shaman with Earthshield talent, that would have actually been a little bit stronger here. So maybe you could do this with Earthshield as well. But that's just like insurance, having that ability to heal your base if needed. And now I have all 3 towers. I have lots of abominations coming in, shamans, everything. I'm ready with the living bomb, but this time actually because I have all those bat riders, then I won't be able to living bomb this because everything just died. But there's enough abominations. I did living bomb anyway to kill whatever remained there, and enough abominations are in, and they smacked Tirion down with full base health. One more time with Jaina, and with Jaina I don't have to get an attack group at Tirion. I actually don't want to even get an attack group at Tirion, because I just want to living bomb Tirion away. So the plan is to make Tirion just summon footmen, and when there's enough footmen, then I'm going to play the explosive sheep on them, and then I'm going to living bomb them. And before that, it's just fighting over area. But I can safely use the spells here. I don't want to leave the spells in my hand. I want to use them to as good effect as I can, so that I will be able to defend here first. Sending out Jaina and stuff. Now there is that Huntress. Huntresses are really awkward. So I would really desperately need to get rid of that Huntress, because Huntresses kill people. Somebody please shoot. Yes, finally we managed to get somebody to shoot the Huntress. Although that safe pilot now managed to kill most of my team. My team is gone. In some ways it doesn't matter, because I don't have to get an attack going. They're polymorph saving the Bat Riders, so I can also do things to keep my Bat Riders alive here, so that they can keep whipping those footmen. But now I can't keep them alive against the Huntress. Alright, well, tough times, but we should still be okay. We're working on it. Getting Bat Riders out there. Bat Rider doing a really good job. Ghoul tanking to the best of its ability. And I'm trying to keep my team alive on the left side, the right side. The Bat Rider will eventually kill them. It's close enough to the base so that they won't go out of Bat Rider's reach. Bat Rider is going to keep shooting at the footmen. So we're fine. And we have a good push going in from the left. Then there's another Huntress. Please kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Yeah, killing those Huntresses is hard. But now... Oh, look at the time. Tirion has summoned a whole bunch of stuff by now. I'm trying to save the 10 gold and have Polymorph and Living Bomb available after Jaina. 10 gold, Polymorph, Living Bomb. Boom. Tirion died. One shot. One kill. So that's Mythic Tirion. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.